In this video, I am going to guide you on how you can host your website or page on a VPS server. And we are going to use a control panel called Hestia. Let's get into it. Welcome to SaaS Media Studio. On this channel, we create lessons relating to affiliate marketing, website development, cloud computing, and other tech stuffs. All right, so all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and also give me some like if you're already enjoying this video. If you have any question or suggestion, leave it at the comment section. Right, so first of all, you need to get your VPS server, right? And secondly, you need to buy your domain. So I am assuming you have already gotten those tools. Okay, so you have your VPS server and you have your domain. But if you are thinking about where to buy a VPS server, you can just check out Contabo, or better still, you can use AWS or Microsoft Azure. So if you want me to create videos on how to set up your VPS server on AWS and also on Microsoft, you just have to let me know. All right, so that is it. It's very simple. Just come to Contabo, and these are their VPS pricings. Okay, they have $4.95, and you also have $46.40. So you can check them out, and you can see 4 CPUs and 4 GB of RAM is enough for this lesson. But that doesn't mean you need 4 CPUs and 4 GB of RAM before you can run this application. Now let's check out Hestia's system requirements. Okay, so this, I'll leave the link of this at the description. You can also come and check it out. Right, so as you can see, this is the recommended and this is the minimum, right? So the recommended cost are 4 cores, okay, but you can use 1 core and you are good to go. So if you have 2 cores, that's perfect, right? And the minimum for the memory is 1 gig with no spam assassin and clam AV. That means if you are using this for an SMTP server, it is not good to use 1 gig of RAM. It's best you go for 2 gig of RAM or 4 gig of RAM, right? So with the disk space, we need at least minimum of 10 gig HDD and also 40 gig of SSD. All right, so that means Contabo is the best. Okay, so you can see we have 4 CPU and we have 4 gig of RAM, then also 100 NVMe, okay, which is even more than SSD, right? So let's go and check out the last one, which is the operating system, right? So we have Debian 11 or Debian 12. Okay, so you can use any of that. Okay, and we have Ubuntu 22 and 24, so you can use any of them. That means it is not best you use Ubuntu 20 or Ubuntu 18, right? So for the purpose of this video, I am going to use Ubuntu 22.04, right? So now let's get into it. So I have written a note here which is going to guide us on how we can first install the control panel. Then we talk about how we can upload our website on the control panel, right? So for us to access our Contabo, we need to use an SSH client, even though we can use the command prompt, but I prefer using an external SSH client. And the SSH client that we are going to use is called Putty. Okay, you can also use Bitwise SSH client, but I prefer Putty. So all you have to do is just go to your browser, type download Putty, okay, and on the same website you can get Bitwise as well. Okay, so just going to click on the first link. Now you can see this is Putty and this is Bitwise SSH client, right? So you just have to click on download, and the installation process is very simple, right? Okay, so that is it. So now I am going to open my Putty. All right, so this is my Putty application. All right, so we need to enter our IP address at the host section and also allow port 22 access. Okay, because we are using SSH client, we need port 22 to have access. Okay, all right, so I am going to paste in my IP address at this section. So this is my IP address, so I'm going to copy that. Then I am going to paste it at this section. Then I'm going to click on open. Okay. All right, so you just have to click on accept the licenses. Then your login user is root, so just type root over here and press enter. So let me make the size of the font bigger so you can see everything clearly. All right, so that is it. So now I am going to copy my password, right? Then back to Putty. Now listen to me very carefully. When you click on Putty, make sure you don't right click on the empty space in the Putty app. What happens is that when you click on an empty space, it is going to paste your password. So if you mistakenly paste it twice, it is not going to work. So basically just come and just right click, because we have already copied it, then press enter for the password to work. All right, so as you can see, we have been able to log in. All right, so I'm going to use a command here to clear my screen, okay, which is the clear command, and press enter. All right, so now the first thing we need to do is to set a host name. Okay, so we need to host our server that we are about to install, or the control panel that we are about to install. We need to give it a home, right? So you need to set a host name. But before that, let us update our packages and also upgrade some of the Ubuntu packages. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this command, which is sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Okay, so just right click here to paste. So now the sudo here means that we are going to use administrative access. Okay, then the apt is an application that helps to install and update dependencies and applications on the Ubuntu system. Okay, then the update basically means you want to update the dependencies and the applications in the Ubuntu system. And also this double end sign means that end. Okay, so we are going to use another sudo or administrative access to upgrade. And this minus y that you are seeing over here means that whenever there is a question, it should answer yes. Okay, so let's press enter for the application to update and upgrade. All right, so just press enter again. So as you can see, all the dependencies binaries has been updated and upgraded. Now, before we continue with everything, let's connect our VPS server or our IP address to our domain. And I'm hosting my domain on Hostinger. So I'm just going to visit the Hostinger control panel. All right, so this is the domain I am going to use, which is smartvitpro.com. So I'm just going to click on the DNS/name servers, scroll down and set an A record. But I don't want to connect my VPS or my IP address to the main domain. So I want to create a subdomain to access my Hestia on that subdomain, you understand? So I have to set an A record that will connect my IP address to the domain. But in this case, I want to install the Hestia on a subdomain on my domain, you understand? I don't want to use my main domain to access Hestia because I have a website on the main domain. But in your case, if you want to access the website on the domain, you have to point the IP address on the main domain. Now let's do this exercise over here. Now at this type section, make sure you select the A record, right? Which is the A type, right? So at the name section, that is where you are going to enter the name of your subdomain. So for instance, my domain name is smartvitpro.com. My domain name is smartvitpro.com. So that is the main domain. And if I want to create a subdomain, I have to add something in front of it. Something like server dot the name of the domain. Okay, so which is this one. Then I'm going to paste it. So this will be my subdomain. All right, so I want to access the Hestia on this domain rather, not on the main domain. So I am just going to copy this name, okay, and I am going to paste it here. Now in your case, if you want to access the Hestia on your main domain, you leave this @ sign over there. Don't change it. But in my case, I want to access it on the subdomain. So I'm going to change this to the name of the subdomain. Then I'm going to enter my IP address over here. So I'm just going to copy my IP address, and this is my IP address. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it at the point 2 section. Then I'm going to click on add record. Don't worry, click confirm. As you can see, DNS record created successfully. Note, when you connect your IP address to the domain, it takes up to 48 hours for the domain to fully propagate. That means you will not be able to access whatever is on your IP address on your domain because it has not been fully propagated. You understand? So you have to give it a time. We keep on trying to see if it has been fully propagated. So first of all, let's check and see. So server.smartvatepro.com, then enter, and let's see if the domain has been connected to our IP address. So as you can see, this site can't be reached. It's because the domain has not been able to propagate with the IP address. All right, so back to Putty. So now let's continue with the installation of the Hestia control panel. So the next step is to set a host name. All right, and the host name will be our subdomain. Okay, so in this case, we are going to type sudo. We are going to use the sudo or the administrative power, okay, to use the host name CTL, okay, which is the application which is going to help us to set the host name. Then we are going to give a command called set host name, and we are going to add the name of the host name, which is server.smartvatepro.com. all right, so this is the command sudo. We are using this administrative power to use host name CTL, which is the application which is going to help us to set the host name with this instruction: set host name, and the host name should be server.smartvatepro.com. right? So enter, and you can see it has been successful. Right, now we have to change the configuration file. All right, and we are going to use a tool called Nano. Nano is a text editor. So you are going to use sudo, which is the administrative power, Nano, which is the text editor, and also the location of the configuration file, which is /etc/hosts. all right, then enter. Then you can see the configuration file has been opened. All right, use your arrow keys to navigate to where the name servers are. Delete everything over here. Then you have to replace that with your name server. Okay, so in my case, my name server is server.smartvat.pro. right? So just right click here to paste, give a space, and write the first name of your host name, which is server. all right, everything is okay. Now use Ctrl+O to save. Okay, Ctrl+O, then enter to save your changes, and Ctrl+X to exit from the text editor, which is Nano text editor. Now, since we have been able to set our host name, we need to check if our host name is working or it has been properly configured. So we are going to reboot our system so we can, but before that, let's test. So I'm going to use hostname CTL. all right, then enter, and you can see that our static host name has been changed to server.smartvatepro.com. you get it? Or you can simply use hostname, and that is it. You can see this is it. Right, so first of all, let's reboot for the changes to be applied. So just type reboot, then enter. The Putty has been stopped. Right, so okay, so just right click on this side, then click on restart session. Sometimes you get an error. So when you get an error, don't panic. Sometimes the reboot process. all right, so just give it some time, then start again. So as you can see, I had an error, right? So I'm going to click on OK, and I'm going to give it some time and try again. Right, so I'm going to try again. I'm going to just right click here, then click on restart session. So as you can see, so you just have to log in with our username, which is root, enter. Then we need to copy and paste our password. So this is my password. I have copied. Click here, right click here to paste it. You will not see the password, but it has been pasted. Press enter, and as you can see, it has been logged in successfully. Now check this side. You can see that root at server. Okay, that means the host name has been changed successfully. So let's clear the screen with this command, clear. Press enter to clear the screen. So as you can see, good. Now let's go to the next step. The next step is to download the Hestia control panel. So we are going to use a command called wget. Okay, so I'm going to copy this command. I'm going to paste it here. You can see that we have wget. What it means is that go and get me anything from this link. Okay, all the packages or applications on this link, go and get it for me. All right, so you just have to press enter and wait for it to, okay, so as you can see, it has already downloaded it. So you can use ls to check the list of applications, folders and files in the directory that we are in. Okay, so I'm just going to press enter, and you can see that it has given us hst-install.sh. so that is the Hestia control panel software, right? So we need to install this software. We have two commands over here. First of all, we are going to use the bash command to do this. Sometimes you get an error, like the group, the administrative group error. When you get that error, you are going to use another command to force the installation. So let's paste this and see if this is going to work. If it doesn't work, then we are going to force it to work. So press enter, and as you can see, we have gotten this error. Okay, error, group admin exists. So we want to force it, and when we force it, what it's going to do is that it is going to delete that group admin. All right, and we are going to use this command, okay, which is bash, and we are going to use this force to force it to install. Okay, so enter, and as you can see, the Hestia control panel is about to install. All right, so it says, would you like to continue with the installation? Exactly, just press Y and press enter. Okay, so now it is asking us to set our username. So when the Hestia control panel finish the installation process, you will have to access it on the web. Okay, so with that, you need a username and a password to access your dashboard. So we need to create it ourselves. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to use SAS Media as the username, then enter, then the password I will not tell you, but you can see it on the screen. So that's the password. I'm going to write it at a very safe place. So press enter. All right, so you need to enter our email address, okay, a valid one. So I'm going to use SAS Media. All right, then enter. So it says as we enter my host name, and you can see it has generated my host name over here. All I have to do is just highlight it, right click on it to paste, then press enter. So now the installation process has begun. Let's wait till the end. All right, so as you can see, the installation has been completed. So all we have to do is scroll little up, okay, so you will see this. So admin URL, backup URL, username and password. So I'm just going to copy everything. Okay, so copy, then I'm going to paste it somewhere here. No, not here. I think here is cool. Right, I'm going to paste everything here. So now we can exit from the Putty SSH client. So I'm just going to okay. We can now access our Hestia control panel, right? So we have to copy this URL, okay, and paste it in our browser. Then enter. So as you can see, we just have to click on advanced. Now don't worry about this, your connection is not private. The reason is that we have not installed any SSL certificate, right? So don't worry. So we just have to click on proceed to server.smartvidpro.com, and you can see this is the Hestia control panel. So I have to log in with the data or the user data I gave during the installation of the Hestia control panel. So this is it. So this is the username, next, and the password is 123, and login. So as you can see, I have logged in into my Hestia control panel, right? So now we have some few sections over here. We have the very top section, we have this middle section, and we have the bottom section. So with the very middle section, whenever you click on any of the section, you are going to see its dependencies below. You understand? So when I click on users, you are going to see user stuff over here. When I click on web, you are going to see web stuff over here. So we can decide to create a new user. For the purpose of this video, we are going to host our website, so there's no need for us to walk you through the Hestia control panel, but I'll make a special video on everything about Hestia control panel. And those who want me to create an SMTP server with Hestia control panel, leave it at the comment section, and I'm going to create a special video on that for you. Right, so all we have to do is just click on the web section. All right, so as you can see, we already have our domain over here. All right, so you can add a new domain. All right, but for the purpose of this video, we want to stick to this particular domain, which is our host name. You understand? And you can see that our host name has been connected to our IP address. When I click on visit over here, you can see we are working on it. Okay, this site is currently under construction. Please check back soon. And this is the domain, right? So we need to upload our website. So all we have to do is to click on the file manager over here. But before that, you can see we don't have any SSL certificate installed. So we are going to do that. Okay, all we have to do is hover our pointer on the domain or our website and click on edit domain. All right, scroll down and make sure you enable SSL for this domain. Okay, then choose let encrypt. Now leave everything default and click on save. All right, so as you can see, changes have been saved. All right, so now let's click back. All right, now you can see now SSL certificate section is checked, but the statistics section is not checked. So if you want to be checking the statistics of your website, you have to go back again to edit your domain, then scroll down, and at the web statistics section, just click on it and choose AW stats. Okay, then click on save once again. All right, now click back. Now at the very top, you can see we have an icon that looks like a folder. Okay, that is the file manager icon. Just click on it. That's where we are going to upload our website. All right, so as you can see, this is the file manager. Now scroll down and make sure you click on the web folder to open it, and you can see I have my subdomain inside. Okay, so the domain that you connect to the Hestia control panel is what you are going to see over here. All right, so I only have this domain, so I'm just going to click on it to open it. Now I have to then open the public_HTML. So now I am going to delete this index.html. Okay, I'm just going to delete this, and we will check our website to see the change. Okay, I'm just going to click on this 3 dotted line over here. Then I am going to click on delete, and you can see that it is gone. Oh, I deleted the robot rather, so I'm going to delete this again. You can see it's gone. So now let's refresh our website, and you can see access denied. That means there's nothing to show. Okay, and that is the error code 403. So that means there's no problem with the server, but we have problem with the website, right? So that is it. So I am going to add some files over here. So just click on files. All right, so I am going to upload this, but I'm going to change the name. The name is too long. Okay, so this is a banking script, so that's what I'm going to upload. Okay, so just select it and click on open. All right, so as you can see, the upload has been completed. So you just have to click on this check mark over here and click close. Now you can see this is what we uploaded. So all we have to do is we have to unzip it. Okay, uncompress it. All right, so just click on this dotted line over here, then click on unzip. Click unzip again and wait for the magic to happen. All right, so as you can see, it has been unzipped, right? That is great. So now we can delete this zip file. Okay, so I'm just going to trace this, and yes, and I'm going to delete it, and that is it, right? So now let's go and access our subdomain, okay, our website again, and let's see. So I'm just going to refresh, and now as you can see, now it is asking us to install the bank script. Okay, so everything has been checked. I just have to click next. I have to enter my license code for this script. So those who want this banking script, you can send me a DM. All my contacts are at the description down. Go and check them out, okay, or send me some DM. So after entering your license code, just click on next step. So I will have to create a database, right? So I can just go back to have to exit from the control panel. Sorry, exit to control panel rather. So I have to log in again. All right, so now as you can see, we have DB over here. So just click on DB, which is database, right? Then click on add database. Click on continue. So now we have to give a name to the database. Okay, as the database name, then also the username. Okay, yes, so that is it, and the type is MySQL, right? So we need to generate a password. Okay, so I'm going to paste that. Okay, then I'm going to enter my email address. Okay, since everything is fine, I just have to click on save. All right, so now our database has been created, right? So all we have to do is we just have to copy everything. Okay, so the data name should be SAS media underscore web user. Okay, so I'm going to paste that here. So that will be our database name and database username. Okay, so back to the form, we have to paste the name over here, database name, database user. Then we have to paste our password as well. So I'm going to copy my password back here, and I have to paste my password over here. Then click on next step. All right, so as you can see, database connected successfully. So all you have to do is just click on import database into bracket admin setup, and that is it. Okay, so now it says we should enter an admin email and admin password. Okay, so as an administrator, we need to have an admin dashboard. Okay, so what email and password are we going to use to access that dashboard? That's what we are going to. So I'm going to enter SAS media, and I'm going to copy the same password I used for creating the database. I'm going to paste there, and I'm going to click on submit. So as you can see, installation finished. We can get to our dashboard, we can get to user dashboard, and we can also go to our landing page. The landing page will be our host, the main website, which is our home page, right? So I'm just going to press Control, then press and click on the landing page to open it in a new tab. And this is how the website looks like. This is amazing. It's an investment platform. Okay, this is amazing too. All right, now let's go back to this section. I can click on admin dashboard whilst holding the control panel, and then you can see I have to log in. I'm going to paste my password and I'm going to click on admin login, and you can see I have been taken to the admin dashboard. Okay, so this is where I can add, I can configure, change, cost changes. So as you can see, this is the name of the website as seen over here, the high pip investment whatever. So I'm going to change that name. So let's see, let's go to settings, site settings. All right, so as you can see, we can even delete the logo. So when you check, this is the logo. Okay, we can delete everything. So I'm going to upload a new logo, just any image. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this RDP, or maybe the antibot over here. I'm going to change this one as well. I'm going to use the goat, and I'm going to change this one as well, and I'm going to use this this. Okay, then I think everything is cool. I'm just going to save it. Okay, yes, yeah, I think it's cool. So I'm just going to click on save changes. All right, scroll down and you can see this is the name of the website. Okay, so I can change it to SaaS Media. That's the home page. Then I can also click on save changes. All right, no, so now let's go back to the page. Let's refresh it, and you can see that this has been changed. This is the logo. It has been changed. When I click on I think I've already registered. Let's go to register, and you can see this is the logo. Okay, so that is exactly how you can customize the page. All right, so thank you for watching this video. In this video, I guided you on how you can install your website or host your website on a VPS server using the Hestia control panel. If you are new to this YouTube channel, all you have to do is subscribe for more videos, and also like this video. If you have any comment or suggestion, leave it at the comment section. If you want to get in touch with me, check the comment section. You are going to see my contact details. Just get in touch. Let's meet in the next video. Goodbye.